Jonathan Edwards preaches on this text, and he said Uzzah's sin was the sin of unspeakable arrogance. He thought that his hand was less unclean than the mud. You see, there's nothing profane or unholy about mud. When dirt mixes with water, it becomes mud, just as God ordained in nature. The contaminant that would defile the throne of Yahweh wasn't the dirt on the ground, it was the hands on the sinner. But Uzzah was so presumptuous that he thought he could keep the ark holy when he was not holy. You see, Uzzah didn't know who God was. He didn't understand the godness of God, and he didn't understand the sinfulness of man. It's not the soul that creates public blasphemy shall be put to death. It's not the soul that consults necromancers and wizards who shall be put to death. It's not the priests who offer strange fire on the altar who should be put to death, but it is the soul who sins shall die. That originally all sin was a capital offense. Do you believe that? All sin, from gross and heinous crime to the smallest peccadillo, originally came under the death sentence of God. And at some point, if Christ does not tarry, or if he does tarry, you will die, and I will die. Because we are born DOA. We are born already under the death sentence of sin. Yes, I know the sting has been removed, but it's still appointed once for man to die. Because every sin is a capital sin. Why? You don't surely think that if I drive my car at 36 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour speed zone, that makes me worthy of being executed? Yeah, I do think that. Because the Lord God Omnipotent commands me to obey the civil magistrates. And when I disobey the civil magistrate, only slightly, I'm disobeying the Lord of glory, only slightly. But I am asserting my will over his, my knowledge as superior to his, making myself the judge as what is clean and what is unclean, rather than he making that declaration. Do you see that? The very first temptation. You shall be as God. We think of humanism being invented by the Greek thinker Protagoras with his motto, Homo mensura, man the measure. Protagoras said, man is the measure of all things. Man is the canon. Man is the standard of all that is right and all that is wrong. There is no higher standard than man himself. But you see, I challenge the historians who say that Protagoras was the founder of humanism. No, the founder of humanism was the serpent in the garden, who brought his motto of homo mensura to Adam and Eve, saying, you shall be as gods. You can set the standard. And the temptation in Eden was the temptation to be autonomous, to be a law unto ourselves, so that everybody could do what was right in their own eyes. And fallen humanity will not have God in their thinking, will not have God to reign over them. And in the slightest peccadillo, our serpentine nature is made manifest as we declare our independence against God. And we revolt against his eternal right to impose obligations upon us and to say with finality, thou shalt or thou shalt not, when we say, I shalt if I feel like it.